Fantasy Philosophers is brought to you by fantasy-info.com.
It was hard to tell what Dez Bryant had more of as we got closer to the NFL draft and as we were starting, even from the start of the college season last year to the draft. Did he have more talent or did he have more drama and build-up going into this whole time that we've been through? You know, obviously he had that misunderstanding that happened with the NCAA. They booted him out and didn't let him play in his last season there with OSU. So that was a situation that was a knock for him. It was just unfortunate. This offseason, there was also more bantering that, you know, he's immature. There's just questions about this and that with his character and whatnot. There was even some unfortunate questions that were asked by one GM from the Dolphins. Not going to say what that was, but if you happen to hear that, then you know what that was all about. So with Bryant, he gets drafted in the first round still. He did fall a little bit. I think if he didn't have some of those things, those issues and whatnot, he would have been a clear top 10 pick because he is that talented. But he went to a great situation. Jerry Jones, I think, made a very smart move this time around. Years ago, he had an opportunity as guys that were ranking the draft told him that Randy Moss was the highest grade that they had ever had for a player, and Jerry balked on it. He didn't go out and get Randy, and he obviously regretted that for a very long time, as Randy was an instant fantasy star and an NFL star and was a huge game breaker and was the type of player they desperately needed at that point in the organization's progression. So now Jerry Jones, he rolls the dice. He goes and gets that player like Randy who had some trouble issues but great talent. He makes that move, and they were in a great position to take that shot, as they do have a good structure of a team around him. So right now, Tony Romo, this is a great foundation for Dez, great situation. So far in OTAs, he has just more than impressed the heck out of the coaching staff. He's had a lot of success, and right now it looks like they're just throwing it more and more and more at him to see how much he can handle as far as the playbook goes and whatnot. And I think they're grooming him to be the starter opposite Miles Austin, if not to start the season, very soon into the season, especially if Roy Williams doesn't wake his butt up. I think Roy, the only reason that he's probably still with this team is because the team has to pay him, I think, what is it, $9 to $12 million this year if they cut him or they keep him. So right now, I mean, hey, if you're going to pay a guy that much money, you're probably going to keep him. But right now, with Williams, I wouldn't be surprised if he's starting for the team to start the year, but I would definitely not be surprised if by the end of the first month, Dez Bryant is the starter. I say all that to say, jump on Dez Bryant as long as he's healthy coming into the season, because this is a guy that, hey, maybe he's not going to be starting for your team right away, but this is a guy that you're darn heck going to want to have on your team once this guy gets let loose, because he's got a ton of talent. He's just going after it right now in this offseason. I think he's highly motivated to show what he can do in the NFL. And he's got a great quarterback that can get the ball to him. He should see a lot of man-on-man coverage as they have to go to Miles Austin, Jason Witten. They have to deal with the running game. So these are all going to be priorities from defenses, and they're not going to make a rookie the top priority. They're going to make him probably the last priority on this thing. That means that he's going to get a lot of opportunities to blow people away and make some big-time plays in this offense. So definitely get him on your team. I think he's worth an early mid-round pick for your roster right now, even again, if you can't start him. As long as he's progressing well this summer, you need to jump on this player.
For more fantasy football information, go to fantasy-info.com and sign up for our free e-newsletter. Good luck in your 2010 Fantasy Football League. As an added bonus, the Fantasy Info guys will include their 5 secret tips for success in fantasy football.